Hey, 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 Virgo, this is your sacred scribe here, ready to do your monthly reading for October. So this is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. This will not resonate with everybody, of course, but hopefully it will with you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe down below there, Virgo. If you would, before you leave, I do appreciate it. And thank you so much for all of your like, shares, and subscriptions. So, Virgo, we're going to see what's going on for you in October. I am going to get you a channeled message first. If you guys are interested in a reading, link is in the description box below to my Etsy shop. Make sure that you're using that link because people are stealing my readings, and know that you'll always see my face in one, and I don't do telephone readings. All right, so Virgo, I'm going to get you a message right now. A semblance of time is needed for the self, Virgo. Stand back and wait. Okay. Virgo, I really feel like you need to go within. You need to be a Virgo. A shared atmosphere is going to benefit you. Sharing with an animal, sharing with a plant, within the same room that you go within. So, Virgo, within this hermit mode, make sure that your scenery, there's a plant there, there's not a person, because I want you to be in hermit mode. Uh, there's a plant or an animal present, okay? They're saying sheep, sheep. Do not be a sheep. Be a leader. Share your thoughts with the world, Virgo. And say what you mean to say. They're giving me that song. Say what you mean to say. Steer clear of hazardous waste. That's what I'm getting. Hazardous waste. So, and they're showing me when I used to take medicine, they're showing me the red container that I had to put needles in because I had to take injections. Okay. So, waste, like, they're showing me medical waste. So, if you're a nurse or a healthcare practitioner, can't get the words out, then just steer clear of that type of material. Okay. All right, they're showing me the color yellow, but it's very muddy. So that is the solar plexus, and that's talking about your life force. So I really feel like going within is going to reinvigorate you, is going to, you know, amp up your life force, get you charged up again. Okay. All right. So thank you. All right, so those are your messages. We're going to start with this monthly reading. Virgo, let's see what's going on. I have five trinities here, Virgo. And the center trinity is your energy. You have the magician. You have the hermit, which is you. And you have the moon card. So we're going to clarify as we go along. So I feel like this overall energy for October is you. And it's interesting because Taurus got something similar where they had the magician and the Hierophant in the center. So manifesting whatever it is that you're desiring, I feel that this is what you're going to be concentrating on. So you're diving deep within and you're uncovering aspects of yourself that you're utilizing in this manifestation. So let's see what the magician has to say. We have the Ace of Moons. We have the Eight of Moons. And we have the King of Stars. So this is talking about Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, but this is talking about really grounding something financial in nature. So this could be finding a job, starting a business, right? The Eight of Moons, I feel like you need to walk away from something. You see the direction there. You may be confused, okay, as to which direction to go into, Virgo, because of these three arrows. It's like these arrows are pointing in different directions. So I feel like you're going to have options to go in different directions. So things may be or seem up in the air. You notice all the moons here, which are cups, are up in the air. The Ace of Moons here, right? Now, Ace of Cups is about love, right? And this is about new love. So you may be coming into a new love. You may be opening your heart space more by going within with this Hermit energy. But what's really standing out to me here is the clouds that are surrounding this moon. So I feel like this is that moon over here. Okay. Now the moon card is all about what's hidden. And yes, well, I feel that you're going to be seeking what's hidden within you. There may be something about a love that you're not seeing with the clouds because the full moon illuminates, and this is a full moon. It illuminates. And if there are clouds covering some of this moon, you're missing some of the illumination. So let's see about the Hermit. What can you tell me about the Hermit? Oh, okay. So we have the Seven of Swords, we have the new moon, and we have the Nine of Moons. Again, moons are cups. Okay, so you could be going within and strategizing. This card in this deck for me is sort of getting your ducks in a row, right? There could be a leader at the head of this strategic plan that you have, right? The master plan, if you will. So it's like with the new moon in October, there may be a new beginning for you. But again, now this may be a wish fulfillment, but again, for some reason, it's up in the air. So now I want to see just what the moon has in store. Because I feel like the moon for this month for you, Virgo, and Virgo, I associate you with moon. Okay, very strongly. I always have. I don't know if that has to do with twin flames because twin flames are often showing up in your reading. So let's talk about the moon here. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Magician. And we have Judgment. Okay, so there's a lot of anxiety and fear surrounding what is illuminated via this moon. Whatever gets illuminated to you, something that was hidden, is making you anxious and nervous. And it has to do with this creation of what it is that you want. And Judgment, this is giving me the sense that you're waiting for something to fall. Like waiting for something to be handed down to you, whether this be information, whether this be Now, information from up above, that's judgment, right? Information from could be this person, right? Here. Or information about this new love that's coming into your life. Could be existing, but the Ace of Cups is usually new love. So I do want to clarify. Let's see. Hang on. Virgo, hang on. I need to look at this new moon. I feel like a lot of things are going to be happening around this new moon. Now, notice the hands are around this new moon, right? And the hands are giving me the sense of the magician. And the magician is here, right? And it's like you're trying to mold the clay, okay? But you've got all these things happening around it. And this is why I feel like things are up in the air. You don't know where things are going to land. It's just that there's an unsurety about whatever this is. Now, this could be like Seven of Swords. You have to be careful because what is hidden, all right, that's making you nervous, you may have to do something with this Seven of Swords. All right. Now, let's go over to your psychology. You have, and this is why you are feeling the energy in the center, okay? You have the Five of Wands. You have the Judgment card. You have the King of Wands. All right, so there's a lot of struggle happening within you. And I feel it has to do with this anxiety and fear, and you have Judgment again, right? So something could be calling you forward. And I feel like, they're trying to tell you something at the same time. They're trying to tell you something that may heal you. So it may be information that may help you in a healing capacity. And with the King of Wands, there could be this Ace of Moons could be a fire sign coming in. Okay, there may be a couple of people here. And I say that because with this Five of Wands, you see the hands. I get the feeling that the hands are sort of competing for the wands there. You have you, right? This is what I see. You, this wand in the center. The Four Wands, I feel like are people, different people competing for you. Now, there are only two hands, so it could just be two people, all right? But it could also be four. So let's clarify the Five of Wands. You have the full moon, right? You have the Queen of Moons. Again, moons being cups. And the Three of Stars, which is pentacles. They are pentacles. Okay. Okay, so again, like Three of Stars, Three of Pentacles, could be three people involved, right? You see three hands. So this would indicate for some of you, there are two people that want your attention. So I see this, I see these two as being the same, right? You see the same finger, this being you. So which one are you going to choose? You're sort of in the center here. You don't know. So maybe that's why things are up in the air. Okay, with that eight of moons, we're just walking away. The Queen of Moons. I feel like you're feeling very vulnerable with your heart. I feel like this is you. You may have water in your chart, right? But I feel like you've got your heart in your hands and you're deciding whom to give it to, whom to give it to. And you're feeling vulnerable. And I feel vulnerability because of the tips of the fingers. Okay, if you think of the tips of the fingers, they're very sensitive. And like if you're holding something with the tips of your fingers, it's easier to lose what you have. So the feeling of loss is there, that you're going to lose your heart. Okay. So I'm getting that feeling of vulnerability. Wait a minute. I need to see something on this card. Huh. Let me see. Okay. I wasn't sure if there's like little strings here. Oh, and notice. Oh, look at the strings on the fingers. Notice there are 3 strings. Okay. 3 strings on the fingers as well. There are 2 strings together and 1 string on its own finger. It's separate. So I feel like the finger that's in between, and it is a ring finger as well, is what you're deciding on, who to commit to. Now, you have this full moon, right? And the full moon has the key, has the keyhole. And what you're determining, okay, who has the key to your heart. Really, that's what I'm getting. And you're waiting. You see how you're waiting for these moons to fall. And I feel like that's a cycle. You're waiting for the moon cycles to go through. It could be a cycle in your life. Maybe you're waiting for something to end, something, there's a cycle that you're waiting for. And then I feel you're going to make this decision. Okay. So let's clarify this judgment. I'm curious about this judgment. So if this involves a work situation, you could work with these people. If this involves a work situation, you could be collaborating with others. Okay. But again, I see you as sort of separate from the 2. So if it's work, you could be coming into a group of 2. That's possible. So tell me about the Judgment card. The Chariot, the Queen of Stars, and the 7 of Wands. Okay. Okay, so this I get yin yang. And again, it looks like the moon cycle. You see the moon cycle on top. You see the white and the black, the yin and the yang, balance. But you're waiting for a cycle to be over before you do something. Okay, before the Chariot's about moving forward, before you do something, before you move forward, right? Okay, the Queen of Stars. This is you, or it could be a person that you're dealing with. I'm getting like something's at a loss. Something's at a loss. Something's going right, slipping through your fingers. It could be money. It could be this Capricorn slipping through your fingers. It could be you feel you're slipping through somebody's fingers. Again, these 3 strings are standing out. Now, there are more strings on the thumb over here. Okay, so that's progress. I feel like when you get to this point, that's progress, because what is an opposable thumb, right? I mean, it's a tool. So I feel like something progresses here, but you still feel like something slipping through your fingers. All right, so the Seven of Wands. Again, I'm getting order. I'm hearing order in the court, order in the court. So you could be um, waiting on a court decision here for some of you. That's what I'm hearing from this. I'm getting uniformity, like the Seven of Swords. Strategy, maybe this is strategy for court. I feel like there's a hierarchy here. You see how the different sizes of the wands. There is a hierarchy. Okay. So wands are about passion, and it could be that you have a lot of different passions. That's what I'm seeing, because they're the same but different. They're different sizes. So you have a lot of different passions and you're not sure which one to take hold of, right? Maybe you feel like they're all slipping through your fingers. All right, so tell me about this King of Wands, the King of Moons, the Three of Moons, and the Eight of Stars. Okay. I feel like you're weaving something together, right? It's a sewing needle. So you're weaving things together. You're beginning to work at something. The Three of Moons, things are beginning to come together here, right? So I feel like there's a celebratory feeling. That can also be, the Three of Cups is something to celebrate. Things are coming together. And the Ace of Stars. You see, the clouds are there. Okay, this is an ace. The clouds are still present, but you can see all of the stars. Nothing's hidden. Everything at this point is illuminated. Okay, except for there's a couple of things that still maybe need to be illuminated here, but it's very tiny. See these little stars here? I feel for the most part, all of the illumination has come to the surface. Okay, so it creates an opportunity for you. It could be in love, it could be in work, okay, because you have both here. All right, so your next trinity is the Chariot. You have the Chariot once again. The Princess of Wands. And the Nine of Cups. Okay. So with this Chariot, again, I get the balance, right? Because you've got the black horse, the white horse. And I feel like you're going to be on cloud nine. That's because I feel like this Chariot is lifted. So there's a lot of happiness here. That's what I'm feeling. A lot of happiness about moving forward. I feel like you're going to feel balanced, right? And with the Nine of Cups here, I feel like, growth is going to begin to happen because you see some growth, right? Not all of this is growth, but it's a start. So you're starting from the center. I feel like this is alignment, right? So I feel like you're getting aligned. You're aligned. And it's going to start to trickle out and pour out. Okay. And the Princess of Wands. I get like fearlessness here with the Princess of Wands. That's what I get. And Princess of Wands is all about excitement, right? Excitement, adventure. So I feel like you're ready to go on to the next adventure. So clarifying the Chariot, we have the Hermit, the Tower, and the Sun. Ooh. So something is coming down. Something's coming to sort of, obliterate your foundation with the Tower. You see how it's broken? You know, it's like your whole world may need to break apart for a hot minute. However, look what gets revealed, right? It's like this is the brick wall, and then it begins to crack and crumble, and you're like, oh my world is falling apart. But then look what's behind the other side, the sun, which is the happiest card in the deck. Right? So the Hermit, you're going to be very contemplative about this. And I feel like this is when the Tower comes in initially. It's like you're going to be contemplative. You're like, oh shit, you know, my life's falling apart. What's going on? But it's all purposeful. It's for a reason. The sun will shine again, right? You just have to be patient and you just have to trust that behind that brick wall is the sun, stands the sun. So let's get to the next Trinity. You have the Emperor. You have the the Six of Swords, and you have the Three of Pentacles once again. You have a lot of doubles here, and it's not like I've got a lot of cards out, right? Again, that twin sort of feeling with you. So let's see. 1 minute. You may have an Aries or a Taurus, okay, around you at this point. It could be a Capricorn because if you see oh no, it's a Ram. I'm sorry. My eyes deceive me. So it's a Ram. I almost thought it was a goat there, but it's a Ram. Okay. So I feel like this Aries person, I mean, it could be a Capricorn because the Emperor is the king of all kings, right? I feel like you're feeling confident, okay? This person is feeling confident. You're moving on to a more peaceful state, and it's with this Emperor. It's with this Emperor. You're holding this Emperor close, and he or she is holding you close. Now, you could work with this Emperor with the Three of Pentacles, and you see how there's even much more growth here than there is here. And this is the Nine of Cups. There's more growth in a different way, sprouting differently. But that just tells me that all aspects of you are beginning to sprout, right? Okay. So let's get some clarification on this. Tell me about the Emperor. You have the Seven of Stars, the Page of Swords, and the Four of Stars. This is what I was feeling. Neither one of you want to let each other go. Okay. The Seven of Stars is, I feel like you're transparent. Again, you know, you've got the tree there, right? Yes, it's a barren tree, but it's very transparent. You can see all the stars. You know what to expect. And little by little, being patient, you're going to have growth, and that trust is going to build, right? And then there'll be even more growth. This tree, you know, goes through cycles. And I feel like this is the cycle, right, that I was talking about, the moon cycles. This cycle can apply to this Emperor as well. Transparency, but then that transparency grows into trust. And then that trust, with that trust, there's growth. Okay. And then maybe you can't see a couple of stars, not so transparent, right? But you trust that they're there, that they're not moving. And that's the patience of growth. Okay, the Hermit. Oh no, did I get that? Yeah. the Page of Swords, I put that in the wrong spot. The Page of Swords, I feel like you both are going to get the message about this cycle. I feel like there's going to be communication about it, but it's an understood thing. It's just understood. Look at the growth around the sword. Look at the growth. It's understood. The Four of Stars. I feel like these stars are very close to the hand. So it's like you're going to be holding on tight to one another, but not too tight. It's not this gripping, gripping grip. It's not this gripping hand, right? It doesn't feel, there's not a lot of, there's tension, right? You don't want to let go, but there's some give. There's some give. Okay. All right. So for your final, not your final, yes, your final trinity, you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is you. You have the Three of Swords, and you have the Eight of Swords. All right, so the Nine of Pentacles, look at all that growth. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Look at all that growth by the end of October. Look at this. Now, of course, this is October. This could be any month. Take this how it resonates. If this is happening, at the middle of October to the middle of November, you have to take this how it resonates. All right. You're all not born on the same day. I feel like there's a lot of growth here. And not only that, you're beginning to bloom. You see the roses, right, are the flowers that are beginning to bloom. So there's a lot of abundance. This abundance, this is pre-Empress energy. You show up as the Empress for me in reading. So this is like all of your abundance starts to appear, right? And there's this balance as well. And there you are in the center of it all. And that's your heart space. That's what I'm feeling with that. Making sure that you have all parts of you balanced, as a Virgo does with that organization, right? Let me make sure everything's in line. So then you have the Three of Swords. Now here, it's the three people. Once again, which is interesting because I see you with this Emperor over here. Now, you do still have the Three of Pentacles in the previous trinity, right? So if the Emperor isn't the only one, he or she is certainly the one that's most heavily on your mind, okay? So I feel like there's a lot of healing. Instantly, I got healing with this. So even if there's three people, I feel like this is taking place. Judgment was also in your overall energy. Communication from spirit or information. Things that illumination maybe is happening. All right. The Eight of Swords. I feel like you feel closed in because of this Three of Swords, because of making this decision. It's like everybody's got you up against the wall. All right, Virgo, what is it going to be? What's your decision, right? What is it going to be? So let's clarify this. The Nine of Pentacles. Oh, whoops. Look at that. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Six of Wands. And we have the Four of Moons. Now here, this is interesting. I was just talking about that grip. Here, this grip is tighter with the moons, with the emotions. right? So it's like you're holding on to your heart. I see this as that Queen of Cups over here. You're holding on to your heart. And you don't know, maybe somebody else comes in because you did have a tower here, because now you got four people. Now you've got four, right? So you're holding on tight to your heart and you're not sure what to do. But okay, because the Eight of Swords is here. And the Eight of Swords, you're being very careful, right? You've got all these swords that pierce. You're being very careful. But all you have to do, right? Because you feel like you can't see a way out, but you can. It's an illusion. All you have to do is flip the hand over and the swords get released and you choose. So yes, while you have the swords in your hand, they're going to hurt. How do you release that? You have to release. So you do. With the Six of Wands, it's like, yeah, you finally, I don't know what you do. All right. I feel like you may release this grip. Maybe that's why there's four moons here. You release this grip and then it gets released over here. That being an illusion for me, right? Looks like there's four, but in your story, Virgo, there's really three. Okay. All right. So let's get the Three of Swords, the Six of Moons, the Knight of Wands, and the Ten of Moons. Oh my gosh. So the Six of Moons, let's see. The Six of Moons, you see how loosely that moon is being held. It's like, yeah, I'm vulnerable. I'm vulnerable. I'm open. A little bit closed off, but I got to protect myself a little bit. So you're being very, nonchalant about it. You're respecting your heart, but you're not letting it go. Now, notice there's only one moon next to it. And I feel like this is where that healing comes in with that Three of Swords. Okay, something gets healed. Okay, aspects of your heart. This is aspects of your heart. It's like different pieces of your heart that you let go of and release. You've got one more, but it's never done, Virgo. It's never done. We're never done. We're always growing. So maybe that one last piece gets healed with this person, right? So the Knight of Wands. This I'm getting, you're feeling very light. The feather. Light is a feather, right? Light is a feather. They're doing the light as a feather, stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board thing. So I feel like you manifested this because to me that's magic. When you think of that mantra, when you did it at slumber parties, for you girls out there, I don't know what you guys do at your slumber parties, but we did the light as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board. And hopefully, hopefully the person levitates, right? So I feel like you were the magician. You are the magician in October. And you are manifesting your passions. You are manifesting and writing your own story. What is this? It's like what a scribe uses, that pen. That's a quill. Okay. So writing your own story. That's what I'm getting, Virgo. All right. So your Ten of Moons. Huh. What's standing out are not even the moons, are the peaks of the mountain. Now, you've got one of those mountains here, right? And I'm hearing the mountains left to climb. So if you climbed one mountain, you're about to start on the next and start on the next, but you're going to be very happy doing it. Overcoming obstacles with this person. A lot of emotional fulfillment because this is cups. This is emotional fulfillment. Your heart is full. What's a full moon? Full. There are 10 of them. Your heart is full. So there's a completion here that is very nicely formed. Oh my God, Virgo, 41 minutes. I wasn't planning on going that long, but we're going to get some Moonology cards for you, one for each Trinity here for advice. So what about that center Trinity, your overall energy here? What is your advice? Okay. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. So luck is on your side, Virgo. Now let's get, it's like, was this the reading, shooting your shot, or was that? Yes. So I feel like you're aiming your arrow and aiming for that target, right? And with luck being on your side, it looks like you're going to hit the target. All right. So let's get a Moonology card for this. Nothing is yet set in stone. So what this says, Virgo, is that everything is malleable. And that's that 8 of Cups energy where things are up in the air. All right. So alignment is very important. Staying in alignment is very important. So watch the Circle of Life readings, all right, the weekly readings, because that's all about keeping yourself aligned in order to manifest what it is that you want in the month of October. All right. So let's get a Moonology card. Your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. How bad do you want it? That's what I'm getting. How bad do you want it? So there's a specific test that's coming. I don't know. What is it? Oh, your commitment is being tested. I'm feeling, see how half of the moon is illuminated. That illumination is going to happen at this point. You may have thought you knew. You see how you can see the moon behind that cloudiness here? See? So it's transparent in a way you thought you knew, but you don't know. And your commitment is going to be tested there. All right, so this is for your next, a time for healing, balsamic moon. All right, so this is the Trinity with the Emperor, the 6 of Swords, and the 3 of Pentacles. So think about healing when the Emperor is really predominantly on your mind, when you're still, when you're beginning to grow, because the 3 of Pentacles is here, remember, with that growth, a time for healing. I mean, really, any time is a time for healing. We're always freaking healing. That'll be never ending. All right, so your last Trinity. Let's see what this is, Virgo. You're very close to achieving your goal, devious moon. All right, so by the end of October, you should be very close to achieving your goal, whatever that goal is. Now, I am getting, you have multiple goals there. So what goal that's going to be, I don't know. I can't say. I would say the first thing that came to your mind, that's the goal. Okay. So one more, your overall, for the overall, I'm trying to read it without my glasses. It's not working out too well. Surrender to the divine. Full moon. Isn't that appropriate? So let go. Let go. The overall energy is just let go. Let go and let God, whoever God is to you, source, the universe, okay, Jesus, God. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. You've got a lot going on in October, or whenever this will happen within, I would say, if it's not in October, it's within the next couple of months. Okay. Yeah. So if you're interested in a personal reading, Virgo, that way this is more specific to you and your questions and your needs. Information can be found in the description box below. Make sure that you're clicking on that link because that will take you to my Etsy shop, the only place that you can get a reading. And make sure you're going there because I'm getting readings stolen. People are stealing my readings. So if you're in my Etsy shop, I have over 600 readings, just so that you know that is my shop. And when you hear from me, it will be through Etsy or through email, yoursacredscribe@gmail.com. All right. So like, share, subscribe, and comment, Virgo, please. I do appreciate it. And I will catch you on the flip side of your daily dose of tarot. Namaste. Whoops. Hang on, Virgo. I think I lost my mouse. I did. I lost my freaking mouse. All right, Virgo. Have a good one, and I will catch you on the flip side of your monthly dose of tarot. Namaste.